Has Disney Star Wars gone too far with their sexual assault attempt in Andor Season 2? Are the fans right to be completely irate and mad that this has happened? Or do we need to take a little more deeper look into Star Wars itself to see if we should be actually mad about what's going on? In this article from Business Insider, it gives us a good idea of what has happened, but doesn't give us the in-depth look of what's going on. You see, if we go down here, all they really are telling us is that it happened, that this Imperial officer came into her room out on the farm and revealed that she is an illegal alien and that he will look the other way if she's willing to sleep with him. As he does this, he takes down a zipper and starts approaching her. She rejects him. He grabs onto her. She grabs a wrench, bashes his brains in, killing him instantly. And I think if it just stopped there, I think most people would be okay with that. It's a great lesson that, hey, don't be a dick. Don't force your way onto women. Otherwise, there will be consequences. So I don't think that's what people have issue with. I think what people have the issue with is he tried to rape me, is what she said later on. It's just that she said the word rape. I think that most people have an issue with, because honestly, the scene itself, it's not really all that controversial. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. When I first heard about this, I was pretty outraged about it. I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? Why is Disney doing this to Star Wars? And then it was pointed out to me that, Carl, you got to realize that this has already happened, if not even worse. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? If you remember Return of the Jedi, when Jabba the Hutt captures Leia, what does he do? Does he put her in a nice room, nice holding cell, wait for Luke to show up? No, he then takes his slimy slug tongue, licks her, and then puts her into a golden bikini. Do you think that's exactly where he lets that stop? Because the dude has sex slaves. So what do you think he did to Leia, who entered into his palace and tried to free Han Solo, who he wanted to keep as a prized possession? Yeah, I can imagine just a whole bunch of dark things happened to her. Now, I don't know if that was actually the case, but let's put two to two together here. That's probably what happened. And this isn't the first time that something dark has happened in Star Wars. Heck, cutting off people's hands, decapitations are a common occurrence within the Star Wars universe. The fact that modern Disney hasn't been doing that is kind of the bad form of Disney. We should at least see someone getting decapitated or someone's hand getting chopped off within the Star Wars sequel series that Disney made, but we didn't see any of that. So that's more of an issue on Disney for not following the actual Star Wars universe laws. So let's just take a step back here, take a breather, and realize that dark things have been happening in Star Wars all the time. Anakin has slaughtered a whole bunch of younglings. He took out a whole bunch of sand people on Tatooine. So this isn't a happy universe. This is a dark universe that we do recognize that has happened before and will continue to happen. So I get why people are mad, because she used the word. It's just never been said before, but we've seen dark things happen before, so we just need to take a little bit of a breather here and realize that Star Wars is a dark universe. It adds a dark flavor to things. It's just something we need to realize. Now, also, we need to address this article from The Hollywood Reporter. The Andor creator explains the shocking assault scene. We are all the product of rape. Like, okay, maybe the article is just being a little bit flamboyant. Maybe it's just trying to get your attention. No, if you come down here, the dude literally says in this article, the history of civilization, there's a huge article component of it that's rape. All of us who are here, we are all the product of rape. So, dude, I don't think that's the case. Like, if you're going to say that we are all the product of rape, you gotta also say that we are all the product of loving marriages. We are all the product of rocks falling on our head. Like, what does that even mean? Like, yes, you can say the Mongol horde was absolute horde. They were pillagers, rapers, absolutely. You can call it maybe the Vikings that were very prevalent with what they did on the sexual side after they pillaged a city. Sure, we can go with that. But to say that we are all products about that, I would say probably for not at least the last 100 years, at least for us in modern world. Maybe you can make the argument that the Nazis did that. Maybe the Soviet Union did that. I don't know, man. It just that's a little bit too much to say that we are all the product of it, because I know my parents weren't, and I know I wasn't. So what the heck? Now, yes, there are cases where that is happening. I'm not trying to degrade that at all. What I'm trying to address is that he say that we are all a part of that, and that's a very strong statement to make. Even when you say, I mean, armies and the power throughout history. So to not touch on it in some way, it just was organic and it felt right, coming about as a power trip for this guy. I mean, I guess you can take a look at that way, but that's a very strong statement to make. I don't know if I would go down that route and use that same reasoning, but you do you, man. That's how you want to portray this individual and how human society works. So I guess I can't really say too much about it. It's just how Hollywood weird addresses situations in the modern day within this franchise. So I personally don't have too much of an issue that this has happened in Star Wars. I think a lot of people are having a little too much excitement about it. I'm glad that it portrayed her beating him up and showing that that's not an okay thing to do. But in the end of the day, it's not the worst that we've seen in Star Wars. And honestly, Star Wars should have a bit more darkness to it. We should see a bit more decapitations. We should see a few more massacres because this is a dark universe. It's not grim dark. It's not Game of Thrones dark. It's not 40K dark. But this is a bit of a dark universe, so we gotta take that into account. But you guys, let me know, what did you think about this situation happening? Do you think we should be alright about it? Do you think I'm being a little bit too laissez-faire about it? Do you think that this is actually a wider indication of that Star Wars is going down the wrong path? I'm looking forward to hear what you guys gotta say down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.